Welcome to The Pursuit of Excellence, the show where we go beyond the surface to explore what truly drives greatness. Each week, I get the privilege of diving in with individuals who are pushing boundaries, breaking barriers, and shaping the future. One decision, one action, and one mindset at a time. Welcome to The Pursuit of Excellence. Are you ready to step up? The pursuit starts here. A former pop star, lifelong athlete, and founder of Osprey, a private membership community built for high-performing and celebrity women in sports and entertainment. Lydia's journey is one of grit and reinvention. From signing her first record deal at 16 to playing collegiate soccer and navigating the challenges of early fame, she now leads a movement rooted in mentorship, connection, and change. She's a champion for women who are often seen but rarely supported. And today, she is here to share her story.
That's amazing.
I know.
Who is this person? I need them to write for me. It's like, wow, no one's described my company better.
I love it. So welcome to The Pursuit of Excellence, Lydia.
That really is excellent.
You know, you make it easy. So, genuinely, thank you for being here. I'm so excited to have you on the show. It's an honor because it truly is. You've had such an incredible journey. I would love to just invite you to share what your definition of excellence is, because it's for me, it's important because I am a former athlete. I'm still an athlete, but a high level performance athlete, and now in business. And so your movement is so important. So tell me what drives you.
Yeah, I mean, so my version of excellence is not being the winner, but being the best version of yourself and trying the hardest that you can possibly do, like doing your best. Yeah. Because everyone's best is different, right? And everyone's good at different things. And for me, this is a good example, like running, sprinting. I love to sprint. I like to do like 100-meter, 200-meter sprints.
Me
Still,
too, girl.
at this age, I love it. I am never going to be a competitive sprinter. I never was going to be. Yeah. But if I go my fastest speed, gosh, it feels so good.
So good.
It feels so good. And you feel like this powerful, like amazing person. And like, I know there's probably like millions of people that are faster than me, but I went to my most excellent version of that, you know?
Agreed.
Yeah, so that to me is what that is. And I constantly have like a competition with myself. Like I like live for competing with myself. Okay. I'm like, Lydia, you did this, now do it better.
I love that.
And every day that's what I try and do is like do better than I did before.
Okay. Yeah, it's like Mamba mindset, right? It's just like you're in competition with yourself. There is nobody else.
No.
What are we competing?
Yeah, and I am my biggest, like, I don't need to beat someone else. I just need to beat me.
I am my own worst critic, always, right? So it's like the excellent side. So, coming from soccer, right? So the sprint side of things, but what position did you play?
I played center forward, and I honestly, like, I was always so passionate about soccer because I'm British. Okay. So, like, we call it football, obviously. That was, like, part of my childhood. Yeah. My dad and my brother was so into. My older brother's actually an excellent. He could have been pro. And I just, like, saw it as a family thing. Yeah. Like, it had a lot of nostalgia to me.
Totally.
So I kind of, like, made myself play. And then I just got, like, so into it. And I loved for me, it was less about the game and winning the game and more about the family, the sisterhood on the team.
Oh, I love that.
And everywhere that I moved to, because I moved every 18 months to 2 years when I was from like age 0 to 18. Okay. And I would move like countries. It wasn't like, oh, let's just move to this city. I would move like across the world.
Military?
Oil and gas.
Okay.
Yeah. So like we moved from like Alaska to Indonesia to Singapore. I was born in Thailand. Like it's kind of all over the place. So I would just immediately try out for the sports teams, like immediately, because I felt so alone and like different and weird. Yep. And the second you do that, you just belong to something, and you have those ladies that you're not going to get along with all of them on your team, but you all have one thing in common, and that's your team. Yep. So it doesn't matter if you're like the same as the defender, you have the same personality, or the midfield or you like are different. It doesn't matter because you have one like collaborative factor.
Yeah. Wow, you're like literally speaking to my soul. So like, so I played center mid.
Love it. Hard position.
Yeah, lots of running.
Yes,
lots of running. Well, it's so funny because I transitioned my senior year of college to trying to enjoy long distance running. But I love track days. Like, give me a track day any day over a tempo run.
Same.
But the oil and gas side, so I spent my whole 20s traveling globally nonstop for oil and gas consulting. And that's such a hard transition. So, like, the dynamic around, like, when you move and finding your community, the team side of it is so important, especially, like, just finding your purpose, finding your place. So Osprey, you know, I've loved watching your journey because you are so transparent on social as well around your journey. What was the catalyst to create Osprey?
I think, you know, when you go through all different phases of your life, it takes you a while to realize what happened in that phase, and you kind of have to spend, like, for me, it's about 5 years of reflecting and, like, looking back and being like, what happened there? Yeah. So I spent over a decade in the music industry as a singer-songwriter, and I was all over the place, like LA, Europe, you know, and I was always like, I wasn't super well known or anything, but I had some songs on the charts, and I would go to clubs and sing, and, you know, was with record labels and whatnot. And I kind of let people take advantage of me the whole time because I started when I was young. I was only like 16, 17 when I started. And I just wanted to succeed so badly. And I knew nothing about the industry, you know? And I left Singapore and went to England and signed a management deal when I was 18. And I remember they handed me a contract. I looked at the contract, and it was paper then, you know, back in the day. Not showing my age. And I
still prefer paper.
Same. And I looked at the contract, and I just signed it.
Yep.
Well, because I didn't know. I honestly, like, and I was not dumb, but I wanted to succeed, and this was in front of me, and I was like, well, I'm not going to fight them on it, so I'm just going to sign it and start making music. That was what I saw in my head. This happened to me over and over again with various record labels, various managers, various gigs where I would get screwed out of, like, money I was owed, all the things, nonstop. Yeah. And when I finally, the last label I was with, it was a large label, they kind of messed me around a little bit, and then I was like, I just turned 30, and I was like, I cannot do this anymore. I hate this industry. I have now disliked singing. You know, it took everything away from me, and so I left, and I went and worked. I taught performing arts for a little bit, and as I was doing that, I was like, what did I let what happened? Yeah. And so I spent years dissecting it, like, not in a crazy way, but just, you know, as an interesting educating myself way. And I realized that this was the way women were treated in most sectors, but specifically in sports and entertainment, because we just were not seen anywhere even close to being equal. Yeah. It was like the men ruled the world, and we were just there to ride along with it, you know? Yeah. And in the music industry, especially, like, back then, that was in, like, the early 2000s that I was starting in that. It was all male agents, male writers, male A&R, male, like, everything, booking agents. There was no women. The only people that were women were the performers. So, yeah, it took me a long time to realize and educate myself, and then just get to the point where I was like, I cannot let this happen any longer to any other women. So I wanted to be the one that brought them together and educated them and had them elevate each other and support each other so that no one felt like there wasn't someone to ask the question. Yeah.
Wow. What an amazing journey you have had. Like, I mean, that's true. I mean, but it's also not, like, I feel like your story is so many women's stories.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I know personally, like, coming out of a male-dominated industry, like, you have to be twice as good and excel significantly, like, more so than they do in order to even get your foot in the door.
Oh, yeah.
But it's like, I've had these accolades, I've achieved all these things, but I still don't feel valued in this room. But, you know, I absolutely deserve to be here. So it's, I mean, what an incredible journey. Did you ever have like a moment? So for me, when my world changed, right, I had a moment where I was just like, one day I woke up and I was like, I want different. I want more. I deserve more. Like I am capable of more.
Yeah.
Like I'm going to choose different. So did you ever have like a moment, like a catalyst that pivoted you to pursue this?
I did actually, and it wouldn't be what you think it's going to be. So after I left the music industry, I was living with my first husband in the Middle East, and I was working I was teaching performing arts to kids. Like I loved my job and everything, and he died in a car crash when we were living over there.
Oh, wow.
And it was so sudden and so shocking, but I realized that I was not in control of anything at that point.
Yeah.
Like nothing. You know,
Yeah.
I was in a foreign country.
Yeah.
It's very male dominated.
Yep.
Way better now, but you know, and everything was like under his stuff because we moved there for his job originally.
Yeah.
So I had to like navigate this whole entire thing by myself and figure out what was going on, and I felt so out of control.
Yeah.
Like so out of control. And then I left that country, and I had to leave my animals and my things and like everything behind.
Wow.
Because of all the political stuff along with it. Yeah. But when I landed back in the US a week after he died, I thought, never, ever again am I going to feel that inferior and that out of control and that like uneducated about anything.
Yeah.
And I just like, from that point on, my personality kind of shifted, and I'd always been driven, but I suddenly became this person of like, I'm going to expand my mind as much as I can in every single sector that I can and learn as much as I can.
I love that. Same. Yeah. No, I mean, I love how you it's funny because like I hold myself to high standards, but the things that you can control versus the things that you can't control are actually very minimal, right? So it's like the things that are in my control, like I'm going to know.
Yep.
You know, I'm going to educate myself. So what was it like? What did that journey look like? Because that's not an easy journey. Like, where do you swallow the ocean? You know, how do you start?
Yeah, I mean, well, I moved to Houston shortly after, and I'd been obviously an entrepreneur. Like I'd built my music brand. I'd started a record label when I was in my early 20s, like learned some stuff along the way. And then when I moved to Houston, I was like, oh, I'm going to open a performing arts academy, because that was at the time like what was feeding my soul.
Yeah.
And like whenever I do entrepreneurial stuff, it has to be like feeding my soul, because I have to be super passionate about it.
I love that.
So I actually had a performing arts academy here for 3 years in Midtown that I ran. And then it had to close down due to like issues with the building. So then I was like jumpy and I wanted to do something else. And I did real estate on the side, but I was like, COVID hit in 2020. And I was like, ooh, this is time I could come up with something else. I had 2 toddlers running around, like one baby, 1 toddler running around in circles around me. And I was like, I'm going to create a golf app. And so I taught myself how to create an app. I made wireframes, all the things. Because I thought during that time, I was like, I want some women to play golf with, because we couldn't really do much else. It was like, that's when golf took that giant.
I love golf.
Yeah, it's so fun. It's so fun. So I did that, and I had that app for many years. It got 100,000 plus downloads in the first year, and like did pretty well, but we could never get funding for it.
Yeah.
So I kind of had to like put a close on that chapter. But during that time, I spent so much time talking to women, like nonstop, because I would meet women for golf.
Love it.
And then I started putting on these women's golf clinics and these women's pickleball clinics. Then I started talking to pro female golfers. And then I started talking to pro female athletes. And then I reconnected with some of my entertainer friends. And it just became this thing. And I was like sitting there and I was like, we all need the same thing. Yeah. We all need the community. We all need the access. We all need the resources, and we all need each other.
Yep.
And that was just like, that was it.
I love it. So that was the catalyst for Osprey.
Yes.
Okay, so tell me exactly how it functions, because there's like different pods, right?
Yeah, there's a lot to it, but it's all inside what I call the nest.
Okay.
It's the Osprey nest. And inside the nest are the members, our brand partners, resources. So for the members, we put on like speaker sessions. We provide resources for them. We find out what their goals are. Like, do they need help financially? Do they need help with branding? Do they need more opportunities? And then we put on tons of activations and events so that we create opportunities for them. So we've had over 15 activations in just 18 months, which is totally insane.
That's wild.
But
That's
I'm here.
crazy.
I'm alive.
Like, thank you for being here.
So at these activations, we have them like speak on panels or DJ or host or do like red carpet or whatever it is. And then we also do like these online pods where you come in as a community and you find ways to help each other.
Cool.
And then collaborate on social media, and we do retreats where everyone comes together and create startups together. And there's lots of different branches of it. We also just launched our affiliate membership for women outside of sports and entertainment. Okay. So women in like...
I think I saw an email for it.
Yes, yes, I invited you.
Thank you. You know, it was so funny because I was like going through like the criteria for the main core group. And it's like, I'm not in entertainment exactly. I'm not talent. I'm old, retired talent.
You're talent. You're hosting a podcast. Now you're talent.
Well, you know, what's so funny is that the half of the people I've interviewed so far are women that were former athletes that have now started businesses. And now I keep telling them that they need to connect with you.
Oh, thank you.
So it's one of those things where like one is a former Olympic track star and one is a former pro basketball player.
Ooh, can we race her?
Right?
For fun, see how far behind we are?
Oh my God, we would die.
I know.
I'm like
halfway
literally,
down.
I'm so slow. I try like running. So I race triathlon now.
Oh, fun. I love triathlons.
I love it because it's like you can be bad at all of them and still perform well.
Yes, you can.
It's literally like one of those.
Or you like get through one and it's hard and then you go to your favorite part of it and then it's amazing.
Yeah, so I grew up swimming. Like I held records in swimming. So like the swim part for me, open water, like I live for open water swimming. The rougher the water, the better.
See, that would be so hard.
I know.
For me. I would be so scared. I'd be like life jacket.
So it's you know, I'll get a lead in the beginning and then bike I can sustain.
Yeah.
Run I just get destroyed, which is wild because that's like what I do most of the time.
It's hard, yeah, but when you're doing running, I find when you're doing long distance running under pressure, like I've noticed you lose your breath a little more because you're worried about it, and so it does make it harder than just going out for like a run by yourself.
It's also the last event, and it's like your legs are a little thrashed by then. And you're like, okay, we're fine now. We're just
the swimming. I would have to like float on my back and like I don't know, like open water scares me.
You would be absolutely fine. It's just finding the buoys. You just gotta find the buoy. Control what you can.
I learned when I was trying to surf that open water is like a scary thing for me.
Yeah, no, surfing's wild. Surfing's
really hard.
Terrifying.
It's really hard.
So I grew up in Coronado, where the Navy SEALs train.
Yeah.
And so I used to do like physical education, like PE class, surf PE at 5:30 in the morning, like right north of where the SEALs would train. And I hated it because it was cold, because it's the Pacific. It's all the upwelling. It's freezing. It's you just get pummeled by the waves, and it's just like miserable.
That sounds miserable.
It was just miserable. I was like, why are we doing this? Character building. It's character building, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I say that, but I cold plunge all the time now. I mean, at least it's still, though, but it is freezing.
I love cold plunging.
I love cold plunging.
Yeah, the contrast therapy.
Oh, yeah, that like changed me. Like, I was having a hard time last year, and I went through a divorce. And I started cold plunging because I just like had all this extra anxiety. Yeah. And someone was like, oh, go try it. So I went in the 37-degree ones, which is completely insane. And the first time I did it, I was like, this is my new favorite thing. Yeah.
I love it. I bought my dad a cold plunge.
It's awesome.
Yeah. I'm a huge fan. The cold weather does something for your soul.
It does. It does.
It really...
You feel like connected again.
Yeah. Well, it simplifies things.
Yes, it does. It does. It's grounding.
Yes. I love that. Life's journeys are wild. So I'm also divorced. So it's just very challenging to go through significant life changes. And I always find that, it also does significantly change who you are as a human.
It does.
And changes what's important. So how has that evolved for you over the years? Obviously, you've had some major life changes. How do you manage like that evolution? Like, what is it that you like take yourself through? I just think that, the hard doesn't go away. We just get better at handling it. So how are you taking these hits and continuing to thrive?
I think I've always been very spiritual. I've meditated since I was 16, like almost daily.
Wow.
Yeah, my mom did it, and I just kind of copied her, and then I just became really.
How do you drop in? I've always had a really difficult time with meditation.
It took me a long time. Okay. It took me about a decade of learning really hard. Now I can do it anywhere. Okay. I could literally sit here and do it right now.
Okay.
I do a more like self-hypnosis thing where you kind of count down and go in. But honestly, I think why people find it hard is because they think they have to be in something, but really you can just sit there and close your eyes and deep breathe.
Okay. And
like picture something and then, and then you're basically there. Like you don't have to be in this like magical, so I think like that, like having that and having something to believe in has really helped me. And then also knowing that the hard things that happen are lessons and stepping stones for other parts of your life.
Yeah.
I think I've realized everything I've gone through has come around like full circle for some reason or other.
Yeah.
Like there's a reason this happened and there's a reason this happened. And also just taking it as I think being kind and being good. Like, I have very strong core values of like loyalty and honesty and kindness and whatnot. Those things, if you hold those things every day and just think, well, yeah, I went through this, but this person also went through this. So how can I be kind to them? Yeah. And then it makes you get through your own stuff easier as well. And then, of course, like I have 2 amazing kids, so they like, they like save me every day anyways.
Remind me how old they are?
They're 6 and 7.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great ages. So smart.
Yeah.
Wild. Are they in sports?
Yes. My daughter is a softball addict.
Okay.
She started playing when she was 3, and she won't stop. She's so obsessed with it. She loves it. Amazing. And my son, he likes to play everything. So
I love it.
Yeah.
Amazing. Are they part of the community? Will your daughter be a part of the community?
Yeah. Oh, she already told me. So she's pretty smart. She already told me, they asked, my friend asked her what she wants to be when she grows up, and she goes, I'm going to be the CEO of Osprey. I was like, when are you taking over from me? She was like, I can take it over soon.
Oh my God, the sass.
Yeah,
I love it. You're building confident kids. It's incredible. That must feel amazing.
Yeah, she loves the community. She comes to some of our local events here and gets to meet all the members, and she's been so inspired by them. And it's just so awesome having those female role models. You know, she watches our DJs and our news anchors and our athletes, and she's just like, they're all so amazing.
Yeah.
And I love watching little girls like see that.
Yeah.
See those powerful, talented women.
Yeah. It's wild to me because I'm a huge fan on social. So just seeing the retreats and the girls that you're impacting. So, what is it that you're finding that they gravitate towards the most? Because they're all held to a level of performance, like excellence, right? So it's when you're in a community where you're surrounded by other women that are just outstanding at what they do and they've reached a level of success. Like, what are you seeing these young girls really, really take away through that mentorship?
I think a lot of it is they're so welcoming. Like every member that we have in Osprey is so kind and welcoming, and there's no competition. It's just, how can I help you?
Yeah.
How can I be here for you? How can I support you? And sometimes it blows my mind because I'm like, is this really happening in this magical, like, you know, are these people all really saying all this? And I think watching and hearing the stories of some of the athletes, like they've gone through a lot of adversity and there's been a lot of trauma and things that they've suffered. They're so authentic about it and such open books about it. Yeah. And I think that like sharing those real stories instead of like keeping them in yourself. Yeah. That's what helps people. Yeah. Like be open. Be like, you know what? I went through this and it sucked. Yeah. And here's what I learned from it. Yeah. So here's what you can learn from it. And I think that makes the younger girls and the college athletes feel like they can be vulnerable. Yeah. And they do have a right to speak up and they do have a place and they are seen. Yeah. It can be so lonely being like when you hold yourself to such a standard and you know, they always say it's like lonely at the top, but it's like when you don't have a place to actually talk about what you've gone through, it's even lonelier. And it's like finding that sense of community is so powerful to help you like accelerate that learning curve and accelerate that person that you're growing into and whatever that next phase looks like. You know, the women in your community are so intimidating to me. Like it's wild. Oh, they're so welcoming. And warm. I mean they've just achieved such levels of success. Yeah. Especially the executives that you have. Yeah. What's it like getting mentored by them almost? I mean, I love it. Every time I listen to any of them speak, I'm like, oh, you guys are so amazing. Tell me more. And then I realize I'm like, oh, I built this community for myself. I love it. I'm like, I want to be a member. Honestly, I am just in awe of them all every day. Yeah. Every new person that comes on board, I just think like you guys fought through so much in extremely male-dominated sectors where you were not expected to win. Yeah. And no one really heard you or saw you or paid attention. You just fought your way up there. Yeah. And grit is like the number one word I would use for every single member in the community. God. They all have such grit. Yes. Like if I'm in a boxing ring, I want them all on my side. Like they are just, you know, like they'll just go get it. Oh my God, I love this. And I just feel so empowered by them all. Yeah. I just really do. And like they feel so empowered by each other. They love listening to each other's stories. Yeah. Because it's different, you know, like there's over like 25 different sports now within the community. And they all listen to each other's stories about it. And then the entertainers have a totally different take. And our female DJs like tell incredible stories because they're in like nightclubs at night, you know, like they're that's off by themselves in like these vulnerable situations. So there's just, and the executives have fought their way up the ladder like crazy, and in like, you know, the NHL, the NFL, all these men's sports arenas. It's amazing. That's incredible. True. Like I'm so honored to have you here because it's like for me, I also come out of the male-dominated space, so it's just like it's so rare to come across other females that have just I like that word, the grit. The grit. Yeah. Yeah. It's like everything was grimy. Like you got to get dirty if you're gonna play with the big dogs. You know. You do. Yeah. And the thing is like what I find very interesting, and I've noticed lately is, no one takes women's wellness into account. Ooh. Like we're trying to climb up to the top, but we're also dealing with like hormones and motherhood and aging and like all these things. And people are like, keep up. Yeah. And you're like, whoa, have you ever like holistically looked at a woman and like known what the stuff that we go through? Yeah. I mean, it's wild. It really is. Yeah. It's funny. Lately,
I literally, everyone keeps telling me I need to tap into my divine feminine. And I'm like, I don't even know what that is.
I don't either. I'm not a feminine person.
I'm very good in my masculine, whatever that means. But no, like we're 4 different people at any given point during the month. Oh, yeah. So it's like this is what we're doing now, and this is how I'm going to drive excellence, and this is how I'm going to drive peak performance. And I really enjoy being around women that know what they're getting after.
Yes.
And they know what they want, and they've been through some shit, and they pick themselves up and they go after it again.
Yep.
And they're relentless in that pursuit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it's hard to get to that point. Like I got to the point about 5 years ago where I was like, I don't give a shit anymore. I don't care what you say about me. No. I don't care what you think about me. I don't care. I'm here to make a path and to make impact, and that I'm here to serve. Yeah. Like that's what I'm doing out of my way.
Yeah. Same. I love that.
Like, I love that too. I noticed just watching you on LinkedIn and whatnot. I was like, she is definitely that type of woman.
I am absolutely that. I'm like, I don't care. We're gonna try this now. Yeah. Like I have a message. I know people want to hear the message.
100%.
Like it is wild, and I'm not afraid to fail.
Yes, you cannot be afraid to fail. Failure is your best lesson. Yeah. Like 100%. Everything I have come out of, like achieving the top, is from a failure.
Yeah. Well, have you ever had one that sort of just like sticks out that was like a catalyst? Like one moment in time that was like, you know what? Not necessarily like in a relationship. I mean, it could be, but like I've had some serious hits in business that like forced me to boss up.
Yeah.
And so have you ever had that come to Jesus moment in your brain that's like, all right, we're doubling down now?
I have had so many. Right. So many I couldn't even list, but one that stands out to me because I was younger was I was performing one night on stage, and the record label I was with, so I used to sing like pop rock with a band. Like that was my jam.
That's amazing.
Liked the band. I liked being a little angsty, you know. And the record label I was with at the time made me very like electro pop, with dancers on stage and like skimpy outfits, and like I didn't feel comfortable. Yeah. I didn't feel like myself, and I knew it, but I kept pushing myself to do it. Yeah. Because I wanted to win. I wanted to be excellent. Yep. And I was on stage, and I forgot the lyrics of my own song that I had written.
Oh, wow.
Which is just like,
terrifying.
And so not like me. Okay. But there was dancers right next to me doing all these things, and there was props, and I was uncomfortable in my outfit. And I looked at the crowd, and I just went blank. Yeah. And I was like, shit. Yeah. That's the worst thing. And there was a bunch of press there as well to write reviews on my show. Of course.
Of course. Of course they had to happen.
Yeah, of course. So, I mean, I like figured it out and made it through. But at that point, I was like 12 years into the industry, and I was like, if that's happening to me right now, I need to level up and get to know who I want to be, because that is not who I want to be. Yeah. And I sat for a week in my house that I shared with a bunch of other girls. And I was like, what do you want to do? Because that made you feel like crap. Yeah. And like, how do you change that? Yeah. And that's when I realized like everything was a choice. Everything was my choice. Yep. I didn't have to do that. Right. No one was making me. Yeah. And then
it's wild.
Yeah. And then
it's wild, the freedom that comes with
that. Yes. And I was like, why did I think this whole time I was some slave to like, I was like, I can walk away whenever I want. Yeah. I mean, I'll walk away broke.
Liberating thing.
yeah,
I know.
Sure.
The financial, we're like, we do need to put food on the table. Hence the pivot and play. Like we're gonna pivot over this way now. Yeah. Wild. Yeah. So what was the process that you actually went through to figure out what you wanted to be next?
So I have like a super overly creative, like hyper mind. Okay. Like I could spew out to you in 1 hour, like 10 different business ideas. And it's just like, all the time. It's always been like that since I was a kid. So I just sit and meditate on it. And I'm like, oh, that's what I want to do. That's important to me. Or that's what I want to do. And I'm not a quitter. So I build something until I can no longer build it.
Love it.
And like, people will tell me like all through, even with Osprey, like we have so much traction. It's going so well. Our members are building. We have huge global partnerships, like all these amazing things happening. And I'll still have like investors or people look at me and be like, it's not going to work. And you're like, excuse me, what?
Yeah.
And I don't take no for an answer.
I love it.
Like, I'll be like, great. Won't work for you. See you later. I'll see you. Yeah. See you in Forbes.
I love it. No is just an excuse to get to yes.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So, I mean, my thing is just, I do what my intuition feels. I make every single decision based on my intuition.
I love that.
Every single one.
I know my gut never lies.
My gut never, ever lies. And when I go against it, it's bad.
It's bad.
Yeah.
It's so bad.
Yeah.
I love that. So if you were to go back to your 16-year-old self, what would you say to her?
Ooh, don't drink.
Fair. That's fair.
No, I was in Southeast Asia at the time, and we used to just go out way too young.
Okay. I really enjoyed Singapore.
Yeah, Singapore is so fun when you're a teenager. I think I would go back and say, don't sweat the small stuff. Because I watch like teenagers and stuff now, and even like some of our college girls, and I'm like, the things they're getting stressed about or feeling insecure over or anything. Yeah. As you get older, you're like, that didn't mean shit, you know? Yeah. But at the time, it feels so big. It feels so big and so important. And I think you really need those like older women to be like, that doesn't matter. Yeah. That doesn't matter.
It really doesn't.
Yeah. And like, we didn't have that a lot. Like our parents' generation were not really like, you know, they're like, see you tomorrow for dinner. Details. Yeah. There's a key under the mat somewhere. Yeah. Feed yourself. Yeah. But yeah, we just didn't have that kind of like connection. And I feel like I just want to like pour those words out to all of the young girls and teens and everything, like everywhere. And
it's
just
incredible.
Yeah.
What an incredible journey that you've had. And thank you so much for being here on the Pursuit of
Excellence. Thank you for having this amazing podcast.
I'm so excited.
And being in Houston.
I know. I much prefer doing it in person than virtual.
Yes, same, for sure. It makes a big difference.
It makes a huge difference. Yeah. And what you've achieved and the trials that you've been through to be able to get to a place where the community is so powerful and so impactful. I'm so happy that you know, I get to be a part of it as well. In wrapping up, where do people find you? Where, you know, what's happening next with Osprey? How do we connect?
Yeah. And can I just say, I'm so proud of you for how far you've come. Like, you've done some incredible things. You should be proud of yourself.
We're trying every day.
You're doing a great job. It's Join Osprey on TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn. You can find us on joinosprey.com. You can click on there and apply to join. Our affiliate program did just launch, so it's now for that side of things. They have their own little community that crosses over with the sports and entertainment sometimes. So that's for any women, female entrepreneurs, CPG, finance, STEM, you name it. We've already onboarded some members, which is really exciting. We've got a lot of activations coming up. We've got a big women's summit here in Houston on September 11th and 12th. And we're doing some stuff at F1 and retreats and some stuff overseas as well early next year, which is really exciting. We just onboarded our first members from the MENA region from Qatar. Wow. Which is so exciting. Some Olympic athletes from there. So these women are going to get to collaborate like across the globe, which was my original like vision and dream and everything. So
it's coming together.
And
even bigger and better, I'm sure.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much. This is the Pursuit of Excellence.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being with us today. If today's conversation resonated with you, please don't keep it to yourself. Share it, reflect on it, and use it to push you on your own journey of success. This is the Pursuit of Excellence. Until next time.